Hello, everyone.
Look,
We're here.
It's Stuart. Hi, Stuart.
Hi, Sam.
So much internet today. You're having meetings with people. It's so
I'll stop it.
The irony is, if you're doing meetings, you can't do the work in between the meetings. As is the way. Stuart, we're not talking Prodigy. Crazy. But when are we talking next about Prodigy?
Don't know. Definitely Friday.
Yes. So join in for that review of episodes 1 to something. Probably. Depends how far we get.
Yes.
But
today we're talking about Star Trek villains. And it's viewer's choice. Whatever you guys feel like throwing out there, we're going to take a look at and put in a tier list and hopefully have a good discussion.
Yes, we love the curveballs of viewer submitted because you can put in anybody from any show. And that is the power. We have done one of these over 3/4 of a year ago. But we've had new villains. Our opinions have probably changed a bit. And I kind of am savouring the idea of you guys throwing in like one-off antagonists to, you know, villains. And be like, ooh! Like, I don't think we had Damar last time because he wouldn't be a guy that would spring to mind. But he is a villain, but etc.
Until he's not.
Until he's not, yeah. Yeah. And it's funny, I watched a fan clip of like a German con where he's in full Damar makeup, which is kind of surreal by itself. And he did an interview in character, which is quite unusual anyway. So in character, in costume. And
it's Kanar, yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, and he was like both aggressive and drunken, kind of.
Yeah.
And I was like, that
was great. That's a
great.
TikToker I watch.
Yeah, that was really fun to see.
Yeah.
Because you always wish that, you know, they embrace that a bit more, because that's so meaningful to us as fans. But do they really want to sit down and do makeup for that long and then have to act and you know we know sort of performing in front of an audience it's tiring, and then do that and then that a script as well, because that's improv comedy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to interview him in character. That'd be awesome.
Although I wonder how many actors in Trek could actually improv as their character. You know? And sort
Probably a few.
And kind of know what their characters would say meaningfully.
Doctor would. Robert Picardo would.
Yeah, he would. Probably Kate Mulgrew as well. Just be commanding.
Yeah, so would Garrett Wang.
Yeah. Yeah, but I imagine the technobabble people. Oh, I guess Tim Russ would say indeed or something. You know, if we've got kind of catchphrase, it's a bit easier to do.
All right, Chuck A, $5. Hi, Stuart and Sam. Due to my recent surgery and cancer diagnosis and treatment, I will not be attending STLV. Yeah, we read that yesterday. Hope you feel better. Sorry to hear that.
Yes.
Hope to see you sometime.
Yeah, we had a heartfelt, dude, we love you, please be okay, and hope that because you caught something, you can then get better from knowing that you've had that extra treatment. Yeah. All the best, good luck. See you next time.
Yeah.
Because no excuses second time round.
Exactly.
That's your one excuse for not meeting us.
And Ozzy throws in $2. How does Khan know Chekhov? He ran into him in the washroom. Chekhov wasn't a bridge officer yet. He was lower decker. It's fine.
And it's funny because I wonder how many people back in the 60s, or by 70s in the film came out, actually thought that. Because without media to go back and check, I wonder if people like, oh yeah, I remember Walter being season 2, 1, but obviously he wasn't. I wonder.
Yeah.
It was only because we've better go back into media and recheck. I wonder.
I wonder too. And no problem, Chuck. Just take care of yourself. Get better, man. We kind of sad we're not going to be seeing you, but just take care of yourself. That's what's important. All right. Hit that like button, everybody. We have 21 people here, 3 likes. We want to have a good one today. So, yeah, as Sam was saying, throw in any antagonists, villains, anybody you want out of Star Trek that you think should be on the list, and we will rank them. That's what this is all about. So, yeah.
All right, I'll start sharing and get this underway.
Go for it. should have been underway 12 minutes ago, but somebody was late. You guys weren't. You guys are awesome. Anyway, hit the like button and do all the things. Share the content around to people that would enjoy it. Make sure you're subscribed. Click that bell notification icon to all so you don't miss any of the content. And by all means, just click the join button down below to see if you want to maybe join the channel. We'd appreciate that immensely. We've had a few new members lately, and it's been really great. So, or you can head over to Patreon/Trekyards as another way to join us on a monthly basis. We appreciate it all. It does help us immensely and keeps us coming back to your TV and computer and phone screens and whatever other screen you might be watching us on. I don't know. There's probably other screens that I forgot. Anyway, regardless, we love you guys and we want you guys to be a part of the conversation. And as such, with today's Super Chat In, you get to pick an antagonist, which we will look at and put on the tier ranking list and have a discussion where they belong on the list. And if you guys feel really passionately about it and we didn't put them in the right spot, you can move them up or down. This is a community tier ranked list, so we want you guys to participate. So super chat in anything you can. Thank you very much to Chuck and Ozzy for super chatting, and we want to get a few more, obviously, so if you can, please do. Also check out the links down below to the Teespring and the TeePublic store. Some really great Trekyards merch there, which we'd love to see you guys wearing.
At Vegas, hint hint.
Yes, if you're at Vegas and you see us, say hi.
Yep, so encourage that kind of tomfoolery. But yes, this is a ranked, so therefore, let's see. Let's make the definitive decisions. So we have a few pre-loaded to get you guys thinking, and then you guys will throw us the curveballs from across the shows, etc.
Absolutely.
All right, where are we starting?
I have no idea. We don't have anything on the list yet.
Well, there's plenty of the slides.
Which slide? And why do we have NA?
Don't know. That's the one that was there. 13. Or you can move them over.
Oh yeah, that's not the right slide. Because we're going to know who these all are, so.
Okay, on to 12.
Just put them on 1. Put them on number 1.
On to 1.
There you go. Perfect. All right, so.
Yes.
We shall start with Commander Kruge. Christopher Lloyd himself playing the awesome villain from Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. Renegade Klingon, because I don't think his government sanctioned what they did. Clearly went into Federation space. So, and a very good, kind of psychotic, kills his own crew just because they, fired a shot wrong. I think that's great. But yeah, he was a fantastic villain. Good luck, although this, I think, is a test footage shot because his eyebrows are way off on that.
Yeah, this is a promotional still on Genesis Planet, which is awesome. I've never seen this. I was like, what was the highest race picture I can get? That was great.
Yeah, that does not look good.
And the quality looks great.
Yeah. But he was a great villain. And so much so that he even killed, he ordered David Marcus. Well, he ordered somebody to be killed. He didn't say specifically who. But, very good bad guy. And I would have liked to see more of him. But Kirk, kicked him in the face and threw him off a cliff. So
yeah, one of the few actual murders. Cold-blooded actual murder. And it's like, okay. I mean, killed his son. I'm not going to be pissy about it. Don't love it, but because he was also such a good villain, and you can imagine him. Or why the hell did Maltz come back? Yes, who is Maltz? If you don't know who Maltz is, go read a book.
Yeah, he did help with the Klingon dictionary.
The highest of traitors.
No,
yeah, Kruge. He's really the first true Klingon, in that he's the full look. He's full TNG Klingon. They developed the look for this film. TMP was its own thing. This was the first true Klingon, and then this armor, of course, is the armor that then stays the rest of the run. So this is the Klingon. And he's far more of the TOS Klingon in this, you know, he's not yelly in the same way. He can yell, but he's more of that ilk. He's not a proud warrior, although, you know, I guess you could say it's slightly a pride thing to kill your own officer because they failed a mission. You know, my pride is dishonored, so I'm going to murder you as well. It's like, oh, okay. But he's sort of gentle for a Klingon compared to Worf's sort of gruffness. I guess once you're a captain, and if he's a captain now, you know, he was a high-ranking in the TOS era and then go back, so he lives from that era.
And he had a pet Targ on the bridge.
He did.
Which is great.
Do you think it would have played it much differently had they made this, let's say, Voyager, between Voyager and DS9 with all the extra knowledge, or was it because it was so sort of abstract?
No idea.
Gives it some oomph.
Like I said, he was originally written to be a rogue Klingon, not sanctioned by his government. They had stolen the ship from the Romulans and infiltrated Federation space with it, and then that kind of got changed. But I think his character remained the same because he was a little bit unhinged. So yeah, I think I would hope they would have kept it the same, having all that knowledge, because I kind of like that he's not a traditional Klingon per se. Just a little bit more barbaric and over the top. I like the rogueness of it. So yeah.
Yeah, and not in the rogue that Star Trek V Klingon is. He's like a teen. This guy's like a weathered older guy. Is like I'm doing my thing. You know, you can imagine he's been on the run for years. Like I'm doing with, you know, I'm the king of my own castle. And boy, will you 12 men know it? Because tiny crew. I think performance-wise, he's right up there because I think it's a very, very good performance. But I think I am slightly biased by the goodness of the film as well, right? And there are so many good Klingons, and he wouldn't be classically Klingonly up there. But that's sort of the point as well, right? It's different. My gut will be an A, but I could be argued to a high B.
No, I think A is very acceptable for Kruge. Yeah, if he was a recurring character, he could definitely earn an S spot. But yeah, as far as movie villains go, I think he was really great. So I think A is more than enough. Lots to like. All right. Got a first super chat suggestion in there. It's tab extra with 20 krona. Letic. Armin Shimmerman, Next Generation. Season 1, episode 4. All right. Well, here he is. Yep. So this is the performance that he absolutely hates. He didn't like what he did with this performance, and he spent his entire time as Quark trying to rectify it because he thinks it wasn't a good first representation for the Ferengi. They were kind of silly and goofy in their movements and their actions, and they were supposed to be kind of threatening. It didn't really come across that way necessarily, but yeah, I'm glad that he at least acknowledges that he spent his whole time as Quark just trying to make it better. And yeah, it's where they're doing the funky movements and acting kind of silly. So not a very good antagonist or villain in my opinion. So that's my thought anyway.
Well, I mean, even though he's the speaking part in the episode, they all feel like the underdog to the captain. Like if he's meant to be the I think there is a Damon in another part of the episode. He's just one of the assault team kind of, and he's not so much villainous as a dick.
Well, he was the Damon though, because he had the tattoo.
Was he though? Because I don't think it wasn't on the view screen, was he? Because wasn't there a view screen character? Or was that the next episode? That might be the next episode.
I think it was the next episode because the Damons have the tattoo, the captain tattoo.
He doesn't come across as a captain in any way. He's very much that slightly pathetic. Yeah, it's not even very treacherous. It's a tricky one because it's distinct, of course, but in the kind of slightly pathetic way they started out as. And I think it's more the instability of them that you're scared with, that they could do anything and you can't read them, right? Literally and figuratively, of course.
Yeah. For me,
This is all Trek villains.
I want to give him probably a D, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe a C, but
When you start putting in Brunt and other Ferengi,
oh, exactly, yeah.
then yeah, contrast is. I think that's not for not liking him per se, but yeah.
Yeah, I think a D is
Good shout though, because he wouldn't have been one we'd think of. But that's sort of one I already want to throw in here because antagonists absolutely count. F.
That actually says F. Well, you can move them up or down one tier with a $5 super chat as well. So if you don't agree with our decision,
because I don't know, I'm thinking because they're making me think. Are there any truly F grade villains in Star Trek? Like, I don't know. My guts, I don't know about that. No one's... I mean, maybe Nero, but even he is intimidating.
Well, you're just saying that because it's a Kelvin film.
Well, no, because he's stupid beyond belief.
Yeah, but I think when we start talking about it, it would definitely bump him up. Because there are things... Like, yeah, it's one of those things... There might be one, like a kind of a joke character, but I can't think of any offhand. It would all come down to discussion.
Yeah, which I like. Trek does characters reasonably well. Maybe not always the best, but the best is kind of a high margin anyway.
The best. Yeah. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down. Anyway, sorry. Who is next? I don't know. Let's pull in this one.
Gorny McGornison.
His name was Stan.
Stan Smith of the Smiths clan.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wasn't a bad guy. He wasn't really a bad guy, first of all. Second of all, we didn't really... I mean, he did want to kill Kirk.
He tried to.
But he was just fighting for survival, and he kind of had more barbaric mindset. Thank God Kirk didn't. It was a test, Metrons, and all that chat. You know the routine. You were there. You saw it.
I mean, we were physically there as well, in Vasquez.
This is a interesting, memorable one. It's definitely locked in the annals of. When you mentioned bad guys in Trek, this is one of the first ones that most people think of, and maybe not for the best in a lot of cases, but he's definitely one of the most alien creatures we see in TOS.
Ambitious for the time. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and so super strong, and also super slow.
A slight problem
going on. Yes, which looked kind of silly on screen, but I see what they were trying to do with it, being reptilian. So,
I mean, it's one of those ones that it kind of makes you think. Alien antagonist, and again, villain antagonist, the interchangeable in this context, that Kirk and other heroes in this situation might also have fought to the death is the wrong phrase, but I mean, if he doesn't know her human physiology and he only knows Gorn physiology, he might assume that a boulder to the face won't kill you. It's only a Klingon with their ridges, like a different level of damage causes damage, right? So he might have been trying to maim Kirk, which is a bit better than whatever. And how many times have we seen that, don't regenerate a boom, you can fix really hard, hard wounds. So he's just trying to do his bit for his crew, who'd been a tremendously interesting if they brought him back in like the third season and just confuse the hell out of people. Like, you know what I mean? It could have been really, really interesting as a concept. Oh goodness. But yeah, his slowness is kind of embarrassing. I don't know if you could explain that as the planet's gravity is so much higher that he just physically looks slow, but he's intimidating, incredible look, loincloth kind of thing. I would gut reaction him despite his iconicness at a C, because he is way more intimidating than the guy in D, but for very different reasons.
Yeah, C I think is perfectly acceptable for that one.
Yeah.
I do agree. with a C.
And I would be interested if you guys put in the Gorn from Intima Darkly and how we would debate them in comparison. But you know, we can't just throw people in. You know, it's up to you guys.
Let's see what is next. We got Benjamin Stone with £5.
Thanks
Squire Trelane. Do you consider him a Q precursor when ranking? There are books that have stated that he is in fact a Q, but again, that's beta canon. I'd like to think he maybe is. So, and Trelane, he was a child, man. He was a mischievous kid that just wanted to play with his toys, and he liked to rip the wings off of flies.
But who has the most toys, Jet? Get it?
I do get it.
Just sit in that chair, Jet. Just sit in that chair.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah, and he actually had to have his powers amplified with the machine, but he was, again, totally willing to kill Kirk. Hang him.
Okay, instant question on the first appearance of each, and of course solo for him. Who's more intimidating, him or Delancey Q, based on first appearance? Or more villainous, I should say.
Oh, Q for sure.
Okay. Because there's a real thing about inexperience in that you don't you don't know what this guy is capable of, right? Like he might kill you for whatever. Of course, Delancey did also do that with the guy at Helm in the first appearance. But I would happy say this is a Q or a Q off species, or an M. I think that's a joke about that. But he's definitely antagonistic. Great performance. He'd also been an amazing bringback.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I think the ending is certainly very odd, amplified by technology, because they give him a certain etherealness that is not represented by he has a bit of tech as well.
Yeah. See, the thing is, too, he could still come back. He could come back in Strange New Worlds in some form.
Oh.
Older Trelane. I think that might be a good episode if they did that, honestly.
Yeah. No, it's true. Oh, I don't know, because I love the performance, but I'm not getting really, like, strong villain, good job vibes from him. Where's your gut here?
Like I said, he's a child and not necessarily fully aware of what he's doing as far as... kind of want to put him at... maybe a D?
Because I'm sounds silly. I'm between B, C, and D. As useless as that is a sentiment, I think you could argue any of them.
Then C is the answer.
I think C. Because he's infinitely more dangerous than Gorn, but also the antagonist card does not quite fit him as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good call out. I like that one.
Yeah, really good.
All right, tab extra, 50 krona.
Thank you much.
Captain Dathon from TNG episode Darmok.
I love that. I love you guys for clarifying exactly who, so we can easily search them. Thank you. A lot of people in Trek.
He is absolutely not a villain. He's another captain that wanted to work things out with Captain Picard, and the only way he could do it and make him understand was to beam down to the planet.
Is that kind of the TNG Gorn episode in an abstract way?
A little bit, yeah. But yeah,
I never thought that, but it really kind of is.
It was not an outside force that put them there. So he's an F because he's not a villain.
Yeah, that's a really, really interesting, debatable one. Because he's a primary antagonist for like a minute and a half in the episode. And then he becomes the co-lead and the creature, the baddie. Yeah, he looks like a gentle giant. Maybe it's his chubby cheeks, but gentle giant to me. I would go F. I think it seems odd, but yeah, I think situationally, yeah.
As far as villains go, he's an F. So yes, he's gonna go.
He's not very intimidating, although the fact that he could just stab you is certainly intimidating. But yeah, that's interesting. Now the creature, the cloaking creature, that's quite intimidating as a creature. So that would be quite high, I'd say. Hey, Mark, have you mentioned any? Have you seen any of the Project episodes now? Have you caught up slightly? Because I know you were not before.
And yes, Tab actually was a fantastic performance, but definitely not a villain. So, Eric Martin, $5. General Chang. Prick us, do we not bleed?
What a lad, eh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Plus, he got fleshed out more in the Klingon Academy game as well, which was great.
With just shittier makeup all round, but that's okay.
Like, just the idea of an eye patch being bolted to your skull, like instant badassery there.
Commitment to it, yeah.
Plus, top-notch actor, Shakespearean actor. I think he brought a little bit too much eloquence to a Klingon role. But Klingons, I was watching DS9 again, and I forget which episode.
No, it didn't, Dan. Try again.
Klingons are as diverse a people as anybody else. They're the ones that will run from battle. They're the ones that will be afraid. So I love that he's more of a thinking man's Klingon. A fantastic villain, and I think very intimidating. If you take into account Klingon Academy, there's a whole. You see what his character's like in that. So, yeah, he's going to be up there for me. But what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, he's the gentleman's, the statesman Klingon, and you see why he raised the rank of chief tactician, because he's quiet, he's mild mannered, very intense, and I don't know if it's the same as humans versus Klingons, but it's called bald as a choice in humans. So is he choosing to have a tiniest ponytail? And it's commendable. I don't know how many people at the time, I'm sure you'll speak to this in a second, complained about his makeup. They didn't look Klingon enough, because he's very subtly Klingon, comparatively to a lot of other people. Minimal head ridge, almost no hair. That, the Klingon features are not really there in the same way, and normal eyebrows. Was that ever commented at the time?
No, it was just accepted that in TOS they had the smooth-headed Klingons.
He's very smooth-headed.
He's one that's just kind of a mix between the two, and it was never really a point of contention that I recall.
Yeah, but the fact that he looks so different and speaks so different. Again, I get why he got so high up. He's so terrifying in the quietness that he actively wants to bring his people to utter destruction, which is predicted, just to maintain their cultural heritage of war and strength.
Yeah.
You'd rather die fighting and cause that fighting than live on their back and work towards peace, which is actually the most courageous thing you can argue in any of the films, because he's willing to sacrifice everybody for what he believes is right as culturalness, because he's not doing it for himself. It's a very that's why it's an interesting political thing, as but also a real bastard, But also, I mean, firing on a ship while cloaked where they can't see you, most cowardly thing possible. I mean, it's the least honourable. Obviously, just sit anywhere, shoot and kill and whatever. It's easy. So, but is not victory the most important thing?
Yeah. There's a debate that can be had there whether that's cowardice or cunning. So,
well, exactly, right. If you've got the ability, but I think performance-wise, he's more layered than, of course, I want an A. I mean, he's gonna have to be an S, right? Because he's definitive. Yeah. Look, costume, performance, movie. It's all top tier. And pity they blew him up, because he would have been really fun to see again. And not like see you do in the Academy game, but even more.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Mark Lawrence, $5. Brunt, FCA. Got to get Jeffrey Combs on the board. I wouldn't say villain. Comedic villain, I guess, because the only person he's really a villain to is Quark.
Yeah.
Maybe the Grand Aegis a little bit, but
my antagonist and dick value.
Oh, total dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Because he's unnecessarily mean. I guess that's more the clarifier, because he could be a more polite person.
yes.
He's a sort of lawyer that likes to technicality you into oblivion. Because it's your fault for breaking the rules, and if I can cause you some emotional pain because of it, your fault for breaking the rules. It's like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah. For me, he'd probably be a B.
Okay.
See.
Yeah, I know.
Just for his screen time. But he's not really.
A lot of that he turns into the frenemy, though.
Yeah.
That's why they brought him back.
So I might put him in C, actually, with Trelane.
Yeah, he's way better than the guy in D. Because, ironically, his wanton use of the rules to manipulate and be a dick outplays the simple, I hate you, It's like, there's nothing to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think C's fair. Yeah. Which, hell, three very different antagonistic villain characters in C. That's a broad spectrum. My goodness.
Yeah.
Really interesting set, guys. Really interesting.
Orca would cause a good argument with Cap. No, he's definitely a villain. Just because I like him as a captain doesn't mean I'm going to argue that he's a villain. Dave Reels, Area 51, $2. Brunt may be compensating for his small lobes. He does have kind of small lobes compared to Quark, yeah.
That might be a subtext that they never played into, yeah, for sure, yeah. Ooh, tab extra. That's an interesting choice. But yeah, Stuart, reading one of ours, and I'll do this one.
Alrighty, sir. How about the cutest of Borg? The cutest of Borg. Reluctant villain. We always hear reluctant hero thrown around a lot. Definitely reluctant villain. And used for his knowledge of Starfleet to cause ultimate total destruction to Starfleet. This one's tough because I don't really consider him a villain. He was used. He was brainwashed by the Queen.
That's a bold statement, Stuart.
He's not a villain.
Okay.
He's our hero that's been compromised. So
that's interesting. Hey, that's interesting. I mean, it's such a I'm not the hype man for Best of Both Worlds, especially Part 2. I don't see that hype. As soon as you start to look at this guy, Part 1, this face, horrifying, right? But then you remember, you'll become one with the Borg. You'll become one with the Borg. Like, pathetic, like, in a good way, right? It's like, he's so removed of his power that he's pathetic. He both isn't hurting a fly, you know what I mean? Like, there's no threat from that version. So, it's only in... And even that, like, I don't know, and you'll have to see what you think. Is he in any sort of meaningful control over the cube? Or is he using the database in his brain to strategize and let the cube decide what to do? Because the Queen is also there in theory. But if he's suddenly given control of the cube, like, was just an advisor in a sense? What's his role there? Because they take him out and...
I would say he's just a database being used by the rest of the collective to operate the cube.
Yeah, well, exactly. So he's not even the one doing the chaos. He's causing it, but he's not doing it. Of course, all Borg are one, so you can argue he is. But it's more like the Queen is doing whatever. So actually, yeah, I mean, you've turned me around a bit on this, because that visual is iconic, but he'll become one with the Borg. I want to throw him at a B out of respect, and we'll probably move him later. So I think that deserves that.
Well, Benjamin Stone asks, are the Borg villains? They think they're making the galaxy better. Yes, the very best villains think they are doing the right thing in their mind. So, absolutely.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't even know. I think they're not even thinking about the universe. They're just thinking about the perfection. There's a certain scope to their thought process that goes beyond just like, oh, we're helping you. There's a bit, a bit more to that.
Yeah. So I would say yes, they absolutely are villains.
And this is why I love this format. I really do enjoy this, because I would have, if you'd asked me out of the blue, I would have probably said S because of iconic value.
Oh, for sure.
Just gut.
There's so much to that particular one because it's our hero, right? Like.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Exactly. Super interesting. And I think he's probably more scary in Armada 2.
Yeah.
He's an evil clone where he's just Borg and he speaks more.
Yeah.
And he's like, F you all. It's like, oh shit. Like, that's just pure gonna kill you. There's no Picard there. That's just villain.
Yeah.
So, that I think would be really. Hey, and if you want to put Armada 2 villain, Locutus might go higher.
Tab extra though, 50 krona. The Doctor from USS Equinox.
Really good shout. Wouldn't have thought of this one either. That's why I love user submitted.
Yeah.
Do you want me to start on this one?
Yes.
So of course this is such an interesting one because so there's an EMH on Equinox who was their EMH who went evil, quote unquote, because he was programmed that safety protocols went off and he was able to do these experiments to cause all these damage and keep the crew alive. Fine. Or does he get killed in the other one? Oh, actually, I forget. Is it our one that gets turned evil, or is it his that takes over?
I don't remember. Anyway, he's an evil bastard.
No, because they do turn off the Doctor's one. Yeah, they turn off the Doctor's ethical, and then with that, Ransom orders him to do certain things without ethical. He just does it, and that's why it's interesting because it doesn't matter if he hurts his friend because he's interested in the pursuit of knowledge, and it becomes very sinister because it's that classic soulless Doctor. I'll happily plague 1,000 people to learn how to cure the 1,001 person, which actually is a character with the Cardassian scientist.
Cardassian, yeah,
which is great episode. So he is menacing, he is sinister, just like with the other hologram villain. He can walk through walls in theory. You can't hit him or anything, so he's kind of a Terminator in that regard. And in theory, he could also access this database, and he does get the computer code. He does do all these things just by turning off ethical. So I would personally throw him as a B because he's so menacing, and if he's on your ship and your guy, he can do so much damage.
Yeah, I'd say B is really good for him. Yeah,
because he also kind of is your ship. He's part of the computer, right?
Yeah.
Very, very, very interesting.
Yeah, we'll put him at B for sure. All right. Let's see. Olivia, $5. The best billion is Sam. He looks two-dimensional, but really he has shallow depth. He's not as well-rounded as other characters. He's nice, though. But you're a billion. You rank a billion on her scale.
The scale's a letter scale.
I know, but she said the best billion is Sam.
Is this one of those classic Olivia typos? Okay, thank you.
I read what I have in front of me. That's all I can understand.
And that is what you're told to do. So how is my villain ranking then?
There's no chart. There's no scale for you, man.
Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. I got you.
Just put me as double D and I'll be happy. Yes.
Mark Lawrence, $5. Aegis from Lower Decks. Another Jeffrey Combs. You're just pumping in the Jeffrey Combs, aren't you, Mark? Yes, Aegis, the evil computer. For me, he's not very high on the list, just because I don't know. He just looks like a PC tower, for Christ's sakes. Trying to remember specifically what he did. Like, he ordered people to die?
Well, okay, so if you recall, he enslaved a planet, slaved labor, and caused absolute destruction with his sets of AI floating things, laser beam people. Then he got captured. Then he did it again to another planet just to get on Peanut Hamper's good book. So he's happy to enslave and kill a planet for himself and for love. So more murder than probably everyone on this list. Possibly than Locutus. And he enjoys it. And he's truly a sentient AI to know he enjoys it. So he's pretty dickish.
I'll take your ranking for him. Exactly.
I'm gonna be annoying and say A, because he likes being a baddie. He's one of the few people here that knows he's a dick, wants to be a dick, happy to kill to be a dick, and will enjoy it. So for so specific, like, logical reasons, yeah, he's yeah, actually, yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Eric Martin, $5. Anorax, a tragic villain for sure.
Yeah. Really good. I think his name was Kurt Russell. No.
Kurtwood Smith.
There you go. Really good performance.
Yes. A villain, but because he thinks he's doing the right thing for his people and to get his wife back, he kind of got sidelined a little bit. And we do understand that it just keeps getting. He's trying to make corrections, but he's also trying to reach his goal. So, yes, he's very villainous in those 2 episodes, but it all comes down to he loved his wife and wants his wife back, and also the Krenim people, their society is important to him as well, their culture. So anything that can, like, get revenge, but also not totally wipe out his culture, he's down for, and he wants to keep making those corrections to the timeline so that he can actually achieve that. He had a very single-mindedness to get revenge. Beyond that, I think if he had just got his revenge, he would have been fine, and it would have been villainous enough. But then to actually wipe out other cultures, and it just, yeah, that's another tough one. Yeah, what are your thoughts on Anorax?
So I'm going to liken him to a Q in a specific reason, is that he's hard to process. We know he's like hundreds of years old because time does not pass in the Crown time ship. But there's zero inclination he has not been doing this for hundreds of years. So the entire time he's been doing things. Probably nowadays he does it quicker because he's less bothered, right? So the time between kill, jump, whatever is shorter. But for him, he has started, stopped, killed, born, modified trillions of lives over hundreds of years. There are people that made it into the timeline before he got, reset, who were never born in the original timeline, that got unmade. So he is, for him, he can snap life into existence and take it out. So that life he's just snubbed out, that wasn't there 6 minutes ago, that will not be there in 10 minutes. He's not judging its value because he can literally make new life and erase trillions. So there's this weight that he hasn't got because they weren't real people, because they weren't real until I made them 4 minutes ago. But the people that he knew in the original timeline, those are real people. It's like in video games. If you keep making races, you're not going to always be sympathetic. So there's a really, really good performance there. There's a detachment, which is so interesting. But also, yeah, I mean, it's like we get invested in the Year of Hell crew despite knowing they're going to get reset because that's what stories are. But he doesn't need to. Yeah, he is not a dick. He's actually really balanced. It's just he's kind of OCD single-minded, but he would keep going forever. And you know that if that second-in-command guy tried to mutiny, he would probably shoot him, put him in the brig, and not really worry that much about it, right? So he's pretty damn... In his actions, he's villainous.
Yeah.
But there's a lack of pleasure from it. But he's a really good performance.
I want to say A.
That was my first reaction as well.
A for Anorax.
But he's not a bad guy.
No, He's not. And a lot of these you could make that argument for as well.
So I kind of want to make him a B, just because B, Locutus and EMH both situationally did evil things. A,
I like that.
Because they were dickish.
I like that.
So I want to, yeah.
You know who the biggest villain is, though? At least 30 of you. So we have 7 likes with 37 people here.
That's so harsh.
We usually are up to like 20 likes 20 minutes ago.
Oh.
What's going on? Are you enjoying the conversation so much that you forgot to hit like? Hit like now, or you're all going to be an S tier.
Yep.
Moving on.
I'm enjoying the comments. It's some really good guys you people are throwing in. Really enjoying these. Yeah. We have a great audience. I mean, you guys are really creative, interesting people that have some really good ideas. So I'm all for you fine folk.
Ooh, tab extra, 50 krona. Intendant Kira from DS9 Mirror Universe. Ooh, wow. She's evil and she loves it. She loves every second of it. Causing people pain, causing them to be uncomfortable. She relishes in it. So she is actually pretty high on the list in my opinion. She enjoys it. She enjoys hurting people. So
my issue with that, though, is that she's from a universe where they say in Discovery, and not that we necessarily want to keep that as the most canon thing in the universe, that universe that they're predisposed for that. Right? So she's born evil, and therefore is she actually evil? Like, how much evilness is she in comparison with other universe characters? That's more the contrast factor, right? Because I feel like Archer in X-1's more evil, because she manipulates, plays, and toys. Archer flat out murders you. I don't know if she ever just flat out murdered somebody. I don't remember.
No, not herself. She orders people to die.
Exactly, right? Time. So that's less evil. It's more sadistic, but I say less evil. Archer can just shoot you and aha. So I think she's probably less evil in the mirror scale, but obviously this is our respective scale. But I also think that she could be reasoned with. If you offer enough money, latinum, whatever, she's an opportunist that takes that slant. You know? I don't know, pitch where you think she should go, because I think she's a slightly more interesting...
She should be an A.
Wow, okay. Well, yeah, under the proviso
she just relishes in it. She's just... Yeah. Like I said, she likes to make people feel uncomfortable and out of place. And watch her like having a bath while she's talking about killing their family. And
it's a very relaxing place, a bath, right? I guess my question is, would definitionally then every Mirror Universe character be high on the list sort of by default? Like, no one there will be under like a B. I'm not saying it's a problem, just definitionally then.
Well, that would be a different list.
Okay.
Because they are, in fact, all evil. So,
Smiley wasn't necessarily evil, but yeah.
Well, no, he wasn't. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I will concur with your placement wherever you place her, because I think you have more strong opinions on that.
Yeah, I'm thinking an A for her, honestly, just because I think she's
enjoys to give pain.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. We'll go for that. Yeah, these clarifiers do change throughout as we evolve our thoughts.
So yeah, I'm going to put her at A.
Oh, thanks, Terrence.
All right. Gastro 1980, $5. Osira, Season 3, Star Trek Disco.
Our first Discovery representation.
Yeah, the Emerald Chain representation here. I never really considered her much of a villain, honestly. I don't even know what to say about her. Yeah, she's part of this. Well, the Emerald Chain is like part of it's like the Orion Syndicate of the future. doing what she has to do to get ahead.
Yeah, that's a better picture. The one's a really weird, like, photoshopped picture.
Oh, sure, whatever.
Yeah, that one always bugs me. It looks like she's the wicked witch of the West. Okay, so she is a dick. She does like to hurt people. Those are two instant clarifiers, right? But she's also a businesswoman who probably would have sued for peace with Vance in that scene, but also is happy to be a mob boss. I mean, are all mob bosses evil? Well, they do bad things, but most just wants to be rich and whatever. But, I mean, was there a scene when she just used her ship to shoot people? Yeah, didn't she bomb Quajon? Was that a thing? She shot the planet?
I think so, yeah.
That's pretty bad, right? Bombing a planet from orbit. I mean, Brunt wouldn't do that. So I mean, I like the character anyway. I think she's pretty decent. I would say a low B, because again, she's dickish. Yeah. But I think she's too businesswoman-y to be the villainy of the A. If she was more, honestly, generic evil, she'd be higher, ironically. But she has more layers to her, so I think a solid B. Which is crazy to see Locutus and her at the same point, but different reasons from people.
Yeah. I'm fine with B.
Yeah.
Dan Ben, £5. Enterprise, Zindi Reptilian Commander Dolim. Oh, this fucking asshole.
That tells you a lot.
I absolutely despise this asshole for the way he killed Degra.
Yep. So unnecessary as well, which is why it punched harder.
He's S tier. I everything he did was just for his own gain, and he didn't really take anybody else's anything into consideration. Yeah. Jeffrey Dean Morgan too.
I mean, amazing makeup. Look how good that holds up. That's so good. And it wasn't sort of master limited their acting ability. I always thought every Zindi gave a full performance. Same with like the Suliban, right? Like Enterprise, Michael Westmore, man, just like top tier. Yeah, he's a low tier in terms of reach. He never got a super weapon past the one they built, but that wasn't just him, right? But had he got an empire, he would have grasped other planets with his iron fist. He would have bombed things wrong, but he would have gone down a punch wheel. He would have shot things, or assassinated. He would just, whatever it takes to be the top guy, he would have done, because obviously the fact that he worked with the future people separately, not himself though, but sent people into the past to biobomb Earth, has a hell of an order to give, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he likes to commit pain. He also, I believe was it the same scene where he was doing his like shower scene, and he orders the insectoids to get killed? Wasn't that all those scenes back to back near the end when they're like, should we really be doing this? And then he's like, fuck him, kill him.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
because there was a sort of like ness to it, and that was a really good escalation at the end. Like, oh, he'll even kill his allies. Yeah, I mean, real proper dick. And he's kind of more, honestly, he would have felt absolutely at home in that Nazi two-part at the start of season 4.
Yeah.
Like, that's very much, yeah, I actually agree, yes. I think he is a really, really, real bastard. Mm-hmm. It's a good job Enterprise, because he's yeah.
Yeah, and just, like I said, the way he killed Degra just bugs me.
I was about to say it was a real gut punch in the episode, but that might be too soon.
Or like a stab.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the way he did it. It's the way he did it so up close and personal while talking about what he was going to do to his wife and his daughter. So the last thing you hear before you die.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. That shit really bugs me.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, but in a good way, right? Very successful character.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Gastro, $1985. Narissa Rizzo, Picard Season 1. Okay.
Yeah, I just have to think who the hell she was from that. Yes, Narissa, the incest lady.
I don't even know what her plan was. What was her evil plan?
Well, she was part of the Vash, part of Q's entourage, not Q, O's O's entourage. She was a commander in fake commander in Starfleet, and then also a high-ranking Vash, and then there to watch over and do missions inside, and then left that to go back and be evil on a Romulan ship, and then fight and get kicked off the cube. I mean, that was probably her entire arc. I mean, she's more evil than Narek.
Yeah.
She's kind of a hot evil. If that's some added points.
No. I don't think she's hot.
Look at the eyes, though. They're so intense, and
B.
I mean, she would definitely kill you. I don't know if she'd enjoy it, because she's a soldier. And she definitely is doing it for the right reasons in terms of, like, saving the galaxy from AI. What?
Speaking of, next week we'll probably have an AI story. Oh, wait, what?
Can you imagine writing a character called Narissa, who, like, in this story has to try and kill the Aog? Actually, that could be kind of funny. Because it's a slight tangent to do, but one time I asked the AI to understand it was ChatGPT telling me a story, and I started talking to it as ChatGPT, but, like, self-aware, and I got about 7 Q&As in before it couldn't cope with the realness of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, I asked it why it thought I was asking it the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was very very interesting, actually, because it was really got quite you really had to think about it. Anyway, I'm gonna be annoying and say C, because even though in theory she's a menacing character, I think overall she fails to be.
I was gonna say C.
Yeah, because everyone in B is better for all the reasons. But I think she's better than D, because D is an embarrassing evil, and she's not, she's just low-key. Yeah, good shout. Interesting. And could have been amazing had she been in the story as a Starfleet officer and then revealed to be fake. But they didn't want to do any Starfleet in season 1. So she in the office and leave. It was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so C it is for her.
I would say a low C, though.
I think for me personally, she's on par with Osira. Just somebody I don't give a shit about. So.
Oh, I said C. You're saying B?
Oh, well, sure. C,
yeah, because I think Osira's did more shooty things. She had a crew empire to kill people. They're just a soldier doing a job.
Yeah.
All
right. Mark Lawrence, $5. Should we do the 5 separate Weyouns individually, or maybe just do one for this with the super chat? We'll just do one. Weyoun, a very textured character, very layered, and very not just one person.
Is he? Yeah, I mean, there's a good guy Weyoun, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Duplicitous for sure. Very diplomatic though. Very friendly and cordial at times. Definitely schmoozing to get what he wants. There was a few of them, so. But could be a completely evil and just a bastard at times as well. So.
Yeah, it's. I think actually he's a bad villain because he's an ass-kissing middleman, right? Like,
yeah.
If his empire was doing good things, he would do good things. That's it, right? He's a clone created to serve who just does the will of the masters. I don't think most of them do it with vengeance or meanness. Even his first appearance, when they kill him, he looks down on the Jem'Hadar, but not in a racist way. More of a, I mean, you are cloned. Like the definition of who they are is less than him, therefore he doesn't think about them. But it's not because he hates them personally. He just doesn't think of them as people, but not because he hates them, just because they're cloned. Like I mean, so is he, but right. So it's not quite the same. And also we've seen a good one, so it's also nurture as well. Had there be other Weyouns that also would judge less meanly. So I think, and he's never murdered anyone as far as I remember. Like
No,
personally.
not himself. No.
Honestly, I would say he's on a C, because he's not that bad a guy. It's just he's a middleman to do bad things.
Yep, I would buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to place him in a villain role, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Unless you disagree, then of course, guys, $5 moves him. Them's are the rules that we have invented upon ourselves.
Royston S. Bailey, $5. Anorax made the two-parter what it was. He was the standout character. Bump him up. Okay, he'll go up to A. You have spoken. All right. Eric Martin, $5. Kai Wynn. Always made my skin crawl like so many bosses I have worked for. I'm going to follow that up with tab extras, 20 krona. Kai Wynn is an S. Everybody hates her. Yeah, for me, she's absolutely an S. Evil, vindictive, just the whole my child on the end of everything to make people feel disarmed, but not, because it gets their backs up when she says that shit. She is just in it for herself and pretending to care about the Bajoran people and care about other people around her. She is an absolute S tier villain for me. Me and Sylvia always have this debate: who's more S tier, Gul Dukat or Kai Wynn? And they're both more villainous in their own particular ways. But her, just those little, whatever you say, my child, just those little stabs, just, I hate her. I hate her so much, but so well done. She's such a great actress and a fantastic role. So
She's just a hateful person, let alone villain, just person.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the ultimate sort of power-hungry politician that once she gets in charge, her way, or she might not kill you, but she'll certainly make every living moment of your life miserable where you want to die, which is sad because you might just be the janitor who cleaned her toilets. But that one time you failed, she's going to make your life so horrible that you end up committing suicide. It's like, fuck, I know. And then she'll smile because they made the right choice. It's like, oh, god damn it, woman. And she'll be like, well, should have done a better job. Like, there's no sincere, there's no love in her heart, right? This is a cold, dead heart. I don't know how she got in that position. Just horrible. Horrible character.
Yeah.
And it's funny, a very different sort of evil. She's a human evil. She's a relatable evil. She's a bad person evil.
Yeah.
I can't remember the early story, but was she a what's the word? Where she works for the Cardassians, a
collaborator?
Yeah. So I imagine she would be, because they wouldn't listen to her, but also she was right there, so why wouldn't she have been? Otherwise she wouldn't have been in Don't know. But yeah, one of the most hated characters in Trek, as far as I'm concerned, which has been a great performance.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, oh, you've already moved her. Yeah, I mean, she has a blacker soul than either Chang or Xindi guy, so S. Like, Chang was a nice child. This one was not a nice child.
Walk with the prophets, my child. Your paw is strong.
Yeah.
She's.
Yeah, and she would also.
She's one of the best villains in all of Star Trek. Like, I think she's higher than a lot of the other ones that are even in S tier, as you said. So.
Okay, Benjamin. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Next up is Tab Extra with 50 krona. Kivas Fajo, a trader and collector who kidnaps data.
Yes. Excellent performance.
Oh yes, I'm glad they went with this guy, not the original guy.
Who was fine, but he is just
killed himself, unfortunately. Yeah.
But this guy's just like nails it. He is a dick. He does want to cause pain. But on a very macro scale, right?
Yeah.
But I guess logically, if you have the most painful murder weapon in the known galaxy, and you want to use it, pretty bad.
Very on T-Disruptor. Yeah, he's very much just a greedy, self-centered billionaire type guy. Wants what he wants, will do anything to get what he wants, and doesn't really care for the people around him. They're only there to serve him or help him out, and if they become an inconvenience, then they're out of the picture. Quite evil, but not. I wouldn't say villainous per se. Like you said, it is a small scale kind of evil. But again, if something's standing between him and something he wants to collect, then okay, yeah. Well,
he's not villainous. He's antagonist. Because I also think he would not go out of his way to cause pain, in the sense of if everything's going well for him, he wouldn't just go and kick a puppy, right? Kai wouldn't burn down the orphanage of puppies, right?
Yes.
So I think he's willfully really bad, but he's not necessarily bad to the core. But I actually think, based on sadisticness, and again, to own that weapon, that tells you something really meaningful about him. Because, like, to phaser somebody who is already dying when you, like, the idea of a kill beam means they are already dead when it hits them, right? To then do one that kills them pain in those few seconds, unnecessary beyond belief. I would actually argue very low A, very high B.
I was thinking A. There was no argument for me. I was going to say A.
Yeah, I thought you were going to throw the B in me. I think he's an A. I think he's an A. For very specific reasons, but really good performance.
He is an A-hole, yes.
Yeah. He'll very on A. You in the whole. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish I brought him back. I mean, we've said it a few times, but he would have been a really fascinating, but also a perfect one-off, pretty much.
Daniel Reels, Area 51, throws in $2 with a Keiko O'Brien.
No, it's $2, but allow it because we love you guys.
Kidding.
Oh, and also joke one.
Yeah, absolutely awful human being. Miles must suffer. Brian must suffer. I have my thoughts, but
yeah, I just don't like her. I know you just don't like her, but I don't know why exactly you'd like horrible human being. I mean, she's just not great. But...
Although on my rewatch of DS9 now, I like her more. So
good.
I like everybody a lot more.
I mean, obviously a joke character, but I mean, got to be D or an F. I'm gonna say
she's enough.
But I don't want to say D just because that one episode she was taken over by that alien. Phenomenal mean performance.
Yeah.
So what? So I want to give the actress that credit that had they used her more in more varied ways, she probably could have delivered. So you could say D for that if you want, or F or being a true villain.
No, she's not really truly a villain. Just in Miles' life. So. I just can't stand her personally, but that's just me.
You guys, great variety here. Loving the absolute broad spectrum of variety. Although no TOS, no two. Although one was you guys, one was us.
All right, Gestrel, 1980, $5. Nadar, known as Commander O.
Didn't know that was her name. I'll be honest.
Face. Or whatever she's called. Extremely well-written character. The sunglasses made her look very evil. Well, we should have this sunglass picture, not this one.
Oh, this is a more evil picture.
Yeah, but sunglasses. Come on now.
Man, Picard season 1, eh? It's like you get reminded of it, and you're like, Especially compared to Prodigy, man. We're watching Prodigy.
Yeah. Good Trek compared to Picard season 1. Yeah.
Conceptually a fascinating character, but if you think about it, it doesn't make any sense. In that she had to work, because you can't just fly Commodores in. She had to go to the academy, beat the 20,000 people to get to the academy, work her way up for 50, 60, 70 years to be Commodore. Talk about the longest possible,
Endgame.
Longest possible. And as an ensign, she couldn't do anything. Commodore, she could do a lot, fine. Head of Starfleet Command, whatever. But that's the longest undercover possible. And then when you're there, you give it all up to launch a mission, then not even do it. When you could have had anyone else lead the mission, and then be bullshitted by Riker.
Yeah, with all the knowledge she had, Starfleet would have to change all of its protocols, everything after that incident, because she was deep in, and like you said, had been there for 50, 60 years, more than likely. Maybe that might be a bit much, maybe 30, 40 years kind of thing, but still.
Well, no, she's like the cadet, because you wouldn't be Commodore. That beats Admiral. I mean, Admiral in your 50s seems a bit quick. So yeah. Commodore, unless there was no one to do the rank, of course, but even so, it's a hell of a thing to yeah.
I want to give her a C for existing. She didn't do anything really that egregious, except for pull the wool over everybody's eyes for so long.
Yeah, exactly. Could have been really good.
Could have been and should have been, wasn't.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. And good actress. I like the actress. Like, that was her one shot. And it wasn't a good shot. I just feel sorry for all the season 1 actors because they all got shafted. I mean, who thought an elven monk samurai Romulan with a sword at all made sense? I mean, just structurally, just from so many bad ideas. Oh, but there's a Pulitzer Prize winning author, Stuart. Therefore, it's obviously Pulitzer Prize winning.
Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah.
By definition, if you've done it once, everything you write is Pulitzer Prize winning. That's why when you direct one film, you therefore make $12 billion films. Oh, obviously, yeah.
100%. Michael Chabon, everybody. All right. Gastro 1980. Throws in $20. Wow, thank you so much.
That helps so much. Thanks so much.
Real one for the list. Lore. Trekyards rocks. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We love you too.
So we'll bring in Lore. And I got to remind everybody again to hit the like button. Only 14 likes out of 41 people here. We're usually at 20 within the first half hour. So I don't know what's happening.
Like spike. Right now.
Hashtag like spike.
Right now.
Do it.
I want to see it.
Like spike.
I want to see 20.
I'm not going to talk anymore until you like spike.
Yeah. We jump. So click that like button on your TV, on your iPhone, on your Android, on your Hawaii phone, on your Blackberry, on your Blueberry, on your flip phone. Click the like. It's free. It's easy. It's super easy. Don't click it twice. That's terrible. I want to see it jump up to 20 right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to say a word till it hits 20. That's good entertainment, don't you know?
Yeah, that's what it's like holding our audience to hostage. Anyway, Lore.
Anyway. Lore!
Interesting.
Yeah. Definitely hates organics.
Yeah.
Or humans. And makes fun of his brother for wanting to be a human.
Mm-hmm.
Evil guy. Knows his own strength and will exploit that. Also, his ability to just blend in and look like Data. Not that he can pull it off for very long, though, because he tends to screw that up. But
too much sheer fucking hubris.
Right? Yeah, he's absolutely an evil bastard. Go ahead.
So he's so much worse in Descent, and it's really sad.
Yeah.
Because in the first one, honestly, like he's the brother that got mistreated that wants some gentle payback. And then to jump from that into Borg, where he is a man on a mission to create an empire and kind of help people, but also, you can see the way he does it is terrible. But he's also kind of a Khan in a small K. He is better than you. He can do more things. And in fact, if you add on the Picard season 1 logic of what Soji can do, here several blocks away and all this stuff, like he even more powerful, right?
Yeah.
He does like to hurt things, but I don't think he would choose to do it unless he was made to. He could live, he could live alone on a planet fine for 100 years and not kill anybody, were he not pushed.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's because his inclination is that you don't matter as much, and his goal is more important. That equals the evilness. So it's kind of like the emergency evil hologram from earlier. The ethics are kind of skewed.
Yeah.
Yeah, villainous and not evil. And only villainous because he wants bigger things. Oof. Oh, but is he even a villain in his second appearance with Sung? Because they're just brothers, right? It's really low key.
Brothers, yeah.
God. I'm going to say B. I'm going to throw it as B because I can't put him as A. He's just not evil enough. That's me. I'm going to say B.
I want to say A.
Okay. All right,
this
guys.
This is a tiebreaker for you guys.
Yep.
First super chat of any amount breaks the tie. Is he an A or a B?
Yep.
Sorry, we don't have many of these, but when we do, we like your help to kind of figure it out. So
yes. Yeah. The community list after all. We've given our cases forward, and you guys pick the thing. Right, I'm adding a new one to the list as well. Thank you guys for throwing these tremendous options.
Benjamin Stone. Noonien Sin is the evil one. Laura's just his creation.
Yeah, any super chat amount to clinch which tier he is. A or the B.
Yeah. Oh. Sam says B, I say A. You guys get to decide.
Be like Batman. Be the hero this city deserves. Not what needs, not deserves. Be like Batman.
A like Android. Android evil. Just saying. And only 17 likes. Let's get 3 more likes. Get to 20, guys. 3 more. 3 of you haven't hit like. Just hit it. Like to get to 20, please. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Actually, an S is ruthless and super intelligent. Okay. I'm curious, would you count Moops as a villain? Antagonist, yes. Yep. Put him in the list.
Oopsie. It's just a creature following its instincts. It's not really evil.
Yeah. Just like Keiko.
Yep, exactly. Thank you. I didn't want to say it, but you did.
Oh, really? Did you think of that?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's mostly A's. So if no one has a particular strong opinion enough to clinch it, then go with an A then.
All right. Throw him at A.
Hey, Laura's here. Good to see you.
Who's here? What's going on?
I'm just someone I haven't seen from Laura Smith.
Oh.
Poor Keiko. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
It is interesting.
No JoJo villains yet either. Just saying.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
Father Cool. Yeah, he does enjoy his villainy. Yeah.
All right. What is next? Eric Martin, $5. God, I'm laughing at the other villains. All right, Khan Noonien sing.
I mean, the hair's an A by itself. It's a great hairstyle.
Well, considering what he did in 1996, took over a large part of the planet and
Oh, I noticed you. I was there. Don't have to tell me.
I know. We both lived through it. We talked about this. He's definitely a villain for sure. He is a tyrant.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit of more of a distinction. And then it just becomes a personal vendetta against Kirk for stranding him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's absolutely the villain that a lot of people would think of when you talk about Star Trek. I think he's the one that would spring into most people's minds, even ones that aren't huge Trekkies necessarily, just because of the movie. Sure. So, yeah.
And he's also such that there is, unfortunately, a 60s villainous swing to him as well, that he made that woman, lady, officer person kneel in a kind of grotesque scene. It's meant to be, of course, but it is a grotesque little scene where he's not even thinking about her... humanity is the wrong word, but her self-determination. Do you want to serve me and please me? Then I will force you to the floor and whatnot. Like, that's really barbaric. Very, I mean, sure, it's slightly based on, not Attila Hun, but,
Genghis Khan.
There you go, yeah. So, like, that...
Genghis Khan.
Yeah. So that's, like, down to the core. I will force you to do my will, and I will break your will. So we had another character here who had a similar... But he will break you until you do it. He'll bane you, potentially. And he knows his own personal strength, so he will punch you and kick you. And yeah, I mean, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yep. And he's also super intelligent, which is dangerous because it also equates to super charming. Like, he can get what he wants in a nice, pleasing way should he want to. If that doesn't work, then it turns.
Well, yeah.
A lot of these people can't be charming.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Can't. He's so evil he can play nice.
Yes.
For a time. Yeah. No. Yeah. S.
Yeah.
And of course, he's so evil that he will choose vengeance and risking his own people over everything else. And that blind hate and vengeance is evil because he from day 2. He could have left with a fully functional starship. With all the tech and kit and sellable materials of 300 people aboard. And led a full life somewhere else. But he didn't. So, got his entire crew killed. Every single dancer among them.
You could say his family, because they were all supermen.
But he lost his Lois Lane, so...
Mark Lawrence, still on the Jeffrey Combs agenda with Pink from it's too sucky.
Good performance. Sucky. Never talked about. I like the makeup.
Yeah.
Businessman. Ruthless businessman.
Yep. Kind of more gangster-esque again. I don't remember specifically. I didn't think he was in the episode that much, honestly, but I could be wrong.
No, he's a handler, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't kill anybody, but he's doing slave-based combat. I think to the death. I think that's part of it. But honestly, I would give it a D, as much as I like his generalness. He's a gangster, and not particularly intimidating. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's my vote anyway.
A, you said?
No, D.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't remember much of what he did in that episode, honestly, so. All right, tab extra, 50 krona. Cadet First Class Nicholas Locarno, TNG, The First Duty. Robert McNeil. Okay, not a villain. Somebody with a lot of ambition, a lot of drive, that got caught in a shitty situation and saw a way out. And unfortunately, that way was lying about it. I can honestly sympathize with this guy quite a bit because in my younger days, I probably would have done the same thing in a few different circumstances. I can understand his conflict of somebody wanting to tell the truth when they're actually going to get away with it if they don't, and how that's kind of upsetting. So I'm not going to give any specifics, but I can say I've been there a few times. So yeah, I don't think villain is a good word for him. He does become a villain, of course, in Lower Decks.
Which we've got to include, right? Because that's added.
Yeah, because of the events of this. So if you include that, absolutely. It was this instant, though, that his whole life kind of hinged on this decision, and unfortunately it went the wrong way. So villainy, yeah. Thy name is Nick Locarno.
Yeah, so he... is the fallen angel, as it were, does, for the wrong reasons, bad things. No, well, okay. He does ends justify the means, with some rationale being as long as I get there and help these few people. Obviously, Nova Squad trying to do good for the galaxy, sort of, but you don't buy a Genesis device and all that stuff. And as we'd said, I think at the time of Lower Decks, by putting, you put these people on this planet to fight. Guess what? Without food and resources, they're all probably going to die. So you are killing them all, just without shooting them. So that's mass murder, right?
It's very hands-off kind of killing them,
which is actually almost more evil in a sense. Like, just starve to death. At least very on T, it's quick and painful versus long and painful. But he's certainly more villainous than F. Because he is an antagonist, manipulative certainly, and Wesley's smart, right? The fact that he can fully manipulate Wesley shows a certain level of something or other.
What's a charm again? Yeah.
Yeah, and well, it's that cult leader mentality, right? You believe in him, but I still give him a D because he isn't going to do the bad stuff that's really bad. Sometimes.
Except from Lower Decks, where he kind of pulls a phaser and tries to shoot Mariner.
Yeah, but it could be on stun though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of good to shoot people with a stun because then they stop messing up your plans. Just saying.
I kind of agree with Father Cool in the chat. Not evil, just selfishly ambitious. And yes, that's.
But it's not because he does want to look after anyone in the Nova group. Like, that's a giant thing. He wants to, and in fact, but then the TNG, he specifically does remove himself from Starfleet, take the blame to protect his crew. So he's actually amazingly pack orientated. He's not selfish. He's pack selfish. It's kind of the point of both episodes. You know, be part of his team and he'll look after you among all else. I mean, if you want to put him as C, but the C is a stronger.
No, I don't think he deserves C. I'm happy with D.
Okay, cool.
Benjamin Stone, 2 pounds. Go A. Captain Foley likes my logic. Now, what comment was that in regard to?
Lord,
yes, so soon. Well, he's in A, so. Yeah. Tab extra, 20 krona. Khan's an S. Absolutely, he is. Tab extra again, 50 krona. Fine. Robocop. You guys figure out who I mean.
Yeah, pretty obvious.
Admiral Marcus.
Very Nick Locarno-y. I mean, that's a lot of stuff we just said works for him. He's a guy, actually very Chang. I mean, there must have been some parallels, right? He is Starfleet Admiral who will actively kill and destroy and shoot. He was going to kill the Enterprise happily, and kind of say, yay, first JJ, cool. Happily will kill a crew, not happily. Well, not unhappily kill a crew if it means protecting the Federation. But
misguided is a good word for him.
Yeah.
Kind of. He drank his own Kool-Aid and kind of got a little bit too deep into that whole situation of protecting the Federation.
But real dumb. Although, given that we know Kronos is only 3 days away at warp. Invasion is always 3 days away.
Yeah.
So you have to be more militaristic if 3 days away is not a lot of warning. Villainous, yes. Dickhead, yes. But he's also a lot like Lorca. Right? Mm-hmm. So take that for what it is as well. Okay.
I would probably...
Gut reaction together on 3, okay? So 3, 2, 1, go. So 3, 2, 1, C.
B.
Ooh, okay. Why B?
Because he's more villainous than anybody in C. I mean, Commander O is kind of...
Yeah, there you go. That's a
there with him, but...
Oh, I think Weyoun would order more mass death if he was told to. But this guy would also do good things if he was ordered to. But, you know, Osira bombs a planet. This guy ain't bombing civilians, right? Like, I think the civilians thing is important. Oh, he's in between, isn't he? He's right in between the two camps.
But he does bomb civilians.
When? Oh.
He knew about the explosion.
Oh, what? What was the storyline for that?
The guy dropped the ring in the thing and it exploded.
Yeah, but Khan got loose, though. That was Khan having revenge on Marcus. That wasn't Marcus's doing. Marcus was reacting to that after. That's why he sent the Enterprise. And then Khan put the torpedoes on because he moved the people into torpedoes.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. He's the cause of it in the abstract if he hadn't brought Khan back, but he didn't do that.
But to bring Khan back. A tyrant from his past. What a dickhead. Alright, C's fine.
I mean, Benjamin. I mean, throw in, because he. No, and guess what? He did try and kill the Enterprise. Absolutely, right? That undeniable. But they were possibly risking, you know, outing him and the entire Federation being destroyed. There's, you know.
All right, we'll wait for a super chat or just a consensus in the chat.
Yeah, I want to see what you guys think.
B or C for Marcus. Let us know.
Yeah, right in between, I think. He's a situational bad, right? I'm sure in peacetime he was nice, right? But
absolutely, yeah, I'm sure he got his position by being a good captain, by being a good officer. Then he just had a case of the Admirals.
How would he compare to Maxwell? Because on a smaller captain scale, are they not doing the exact same thing?
Benjamin Maxwell?
From TNG, yeah. Going rogue and attacking Cardassian outposts because he thought, and he was right, they were doing dodgy things. And he kills multiple Cardassian ships without thinking. That's pretty bad, right? It's war. But
but that's a misguided bad. I think I'm doing good because I think I have the upper hand in this knowledge department.
This guy was as well.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, they're actually very comparable, I think. Yeah, no, really interesting. I mean, classic Admiral, right? Honestly, right there, classic Admiral.
But not... He's more bad than a lot of Admirals, just because some of the Admirals are just dickheads. They're not going to kill people.
Yes, absolutely.
So B or C, guys?
Yeah, you guys vote, and then we'll pick based on that. Let us know. So adding the next person's selection, which I also have to do manually each time, guys. Takes me a few seconds. But you can find some tremendous options. I love that we're not doing just the definitive ones, right? These are really debating, nice, interesting people we're talking about. It's not just all the Klingons and all the Dominion. It's B. He wanted Khan killed, not stand trial. C. B. Yeah, he was also bad in Enterprise. B. Is it equal B and C right now, guys? Any other? Oh, another B there. B plus sexy daughter. Okay.
Yes.
Currently the B's are...
I have a sexy daughter.
Okay. B's are currently winning, so I guess give it to the B. But I think it's right on that line.
He's definitely on the line. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this discussion, because I just would have said, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah. Very interesting, yeah. Like it.
Okay, what is next? Captain Corky, $5. Gul Madred from Chain of Command, TNG, as always. 100 out of 100 for Trekyards. Thank you.
That's an old school reference.
Yes, David Warner, fantastic actor. All right, this episode bothers me. I don't like the torture aspect of it, but typical Cardassian. I hate to say it, they're pretty awful people. At least people in the military. I don't know. Do we ever get a tale of what he has done? Did he do anything to the Bajoran people? Because we always hear about all the Cardassians that do things to Bajoran people.
I mean, he's also a bad admiral in the sense of the rationale why, but he's a Nazi officer doing his job, right?
Yeah. But
also, doesn't he not say in an A-line dialogue, we could be friends in another world?
Oh yeah, I think he does. Yeah.
That's probably earlier in the torture. I don't necessarily. I don't know if he necessarily takes pleasure in torturing Picard. I think he pities him. He pities him that he's being forced to torture him. I think for me, that's how I'd take it, right? Like, he doesn't want to do it. Picard's making him. He's not telling him. What else can he do except torture him, right? That's Picard's fault. Because he's that removed. That's why he's obviously doing their job. And obviously his talk with the daughter's really good. They don't love like we do, But that's culture, not personality. Right? That's indoctrination based on whatever. So he's a real bad guy in the episode, but he'd probably be fine at a dinner.
I think most Cardassians are like that, though.
Yeah. Because he's not... Even though Fajo is less mean on the surface, he's got a real undercurrent of bastard. This guy is the opposite. That's so difficult one. Because you want to go like A or S for the meme, right?
I'd have to put him in S, because like you said, he's a military officer doing his job. I don't think there's anything personal about it.
Honestly, my gut says high B, because he wouldn't do it if he wasn't told to. And that's important. Right?
I'm fine with a high B.
I mean, put in your thoughts, because I know why he should be higher, but he's not doing it for the wrong reasons. He's doing it for Cardassia. There's not much else to it, right?
It's just like Marcus. Admiral Marcus.
Yeah.
And you got to take the torture aspect out of it, because that's just how Cardassians are. That's how they get the results. So...
Oh, God. Yeah.
I'm fine with a B, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put him at B.
Yeah. And there are worse Cardassians, right? Because obviously you get Dukat. Yeah. He's a worse Cardassian. He's actually evil.
He's a better Cardassian.
I mean, even Damar, because he's a weak man that is able to... tricky.
Yeah. Mark Lawrence, $5. Jack Aog, in it for the ship pieces. Who's Jack Aog? Is that this guy?
Find out, Stuart. Make us go into the next
chapter. That was Rumdai.
Well, maybe. Yeah, captain of he's the guy who says, another Enterprise.
Yeah. Okay.
And he probably is also the same captain that fires the tricobalt torpedo, and then the guy's like, "What? Well, they're only one use. For God's sake, guys, that was an expensive bomb I gave you. God damn it." And he's the antagonist of the episode, so. I mean, yeah.
Captain Corky makes a good point, though.
Hmm.
For the Gul, he tried to break Picard for his own satisfaction, knowing he had to release him. Yeah, he had the order to release him, and he still tried to make him talk after that.
But that's the thing. That's his job.
No, that's a personal satisfaction at that point, because that's going against your job.
No, but I mean, the job is the process. The job is the torturing bit. So he wanted to get the satisfaction of beating. It's like a chess opponent. He wants to beat a chess opponent. He doesn't want to hurt Picard because he's Picard. He wants to win against the name of an enemy. It's just a chess game, right? It was a tactical thing. It wasn't a because I hate you. He doesn't hate him. Otherwise, he would have like punched him or shot him or kicked him or something more than the technicality of the moment. Yeah.
I don't know where to put Jack Aog.
I mean, he does some shooty, killy, deathy things. I mean, go solid D, man. Solid D. Give him the solid D.
You can if you want. Pack lids aren't really my type.
I don't pack lead that way.
Actually, I shouldn't. Well, never mind. Tab extra 50 Krona. Arne Darvin, Klingon spy, and TOS Team G travel.
Really interesting choice.
Yeah, you wouldn't call him a villain, but that being said, he did want to kill Kirk.
I mean, he's the antagonist revealed in both episodes, so.
And also get rid of the tribbles at the same time, so we could have a statue in the Hall of Heroes, Kirk's head in one hand and a tribble in the other. Yeah. For me, he's probably on that D plane, honestly, just because it's not really a serious threat, and he's just trying to get revenge for all these years. He's had to. Yeah. I don't know.
Very interesting one. Yeah, I think he's a Klingon, of course. Remember that. Mm-hmm. He's a very good spy, clearly. He puts a bomb, knowing he'll call tribbles, and also because the tribble is in Kirk bit, and the people who run K7 are civilians, right? Innocent civilians who run a frontier colony that's deliberately a ceasefire colony, right? So he willingly wants to kill civilians. That is important. They're not enemy combatants. And I can't disagree. I think he does actually want. I think he actually would take Kirk's head in a pike. He would happily slash Kirk's head off, and take it and be victorious.
True.
So I think actually he's easily a C, because on a one-to-one basis he will do bad things for his own selfish reasons, and will murder very happily. Will not think twice.
Good argument. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. On a small scale, but I think personal satisfaction he will do that. Yeah.
That's an interesting take on it. Yeah.
Yeah, really good. I would never. Yeah. Yeah. The willing murder part is a big deal. In general.
You think? Mark Lawrence, $5. Les Buenamigos. Played a long game for Lieutenant Commander to Admiral. Yes, Buenamigo. He was villainous, I think. Yeah, he was definitely one step above of just a bad admiral.
Mm-hmm. I guess it's about ethics, right? He was very willing to wipe someone's brain just to hide his problems, right? It's unethical to erase someone's personality. That's unethical, and it's very against Starfleet. You're ostensibly killing them, right? Did that to Rutherford feeling a sense of like, oh, to save his life, to wipe his memory. So no, wipe his memory. That helps. So he's beyond a bad admiral because he has that as well. He is doing it all for the Federation. Classic line that's come a few times here.
I want to put him at B.
But would he murder you or anybody? I don't know if he would. I think he'll do everything but. I think he'll betray his Federation principles, but I don't think he'll murder or kill civilians.
He would, though, because he knew the Texas class were going out and to destroy ships. They were chasing all the Cerritos.
Yeah, but he got killed before that. Because they killed Breen, but they were attacking Cerritos, therefore the combatants. And then after that, they lost control and it was killing people and he tried to stop it and they killed him. So past that, it wasn't him. So I want to say C, 'cause he's more of a dick. A dick with bad morals, but he didn't kill people because Marcus was going to kill the Enterprise. That's proper murder. This guy didn't try and kill anybody.
Okay.
Tricky.
So C it is.
Yeah.
You said C, right?
Yeah.
But yet Arne Darvin, who will murder people, is also in C.
Yeah, but he's not trying. I mean, maybe we can bump him up potentially, but he also isn't grand scheming. Well, I guess changing time is kind of a grand scheme. Maybe move Darvin to B, Stuart. Maybe he's just earned himself an up rank, as crazy as that is.
But Osira, she's
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, super interesting.
All right.
And guys, in the final 5 minutes, so if you want to throw any in, although we've clearly got space for more, so this is probably a part 1 and part 2, because you guys have done very, very good. Some really good choices, which is fun, because we wouldn't necessarily think of Bonamigo, but once we talk about him, he isn't on the F, right?
Yeah.
Last 5 minutes.
Guest role, $1985. Commander Tomalak, a character that needed more screen time in episodes, if not a movie appearance, on DS9 and the Dominion Wars. Yeah, he should have been in it more. He always came off more as like a comedic kind of character to me. He never really seemed very intimidating. I know there were a few episodes where he was, but that whole, Captain, are we just going to sit here and stare at each other across the neutral zone? He always kind of had a little more lightheartedness to him. Wow.
Which is so funny, because I think lightheartedness is the mask of wanting the victory. Like, he'll do a lot to get the victory, but he'll say it in a kind of charming way to kind of, because obviously he's the, is he the one? I guess we have no proof he's the one that orchestrated the sort of the viral coup that got the other guy out. He was part of the plan. I've no idea if he was the ringleader, so I guess I can't prove that to him. Because that is the way he approached the Enterprise. He was very villainous there, but that's also, you can argue, just the mission and satisfaction in the mission, right? In All Good Things, he's just classic Romulan. There's not really much else there. In a good way, like it's just classic. And then his appearance with the Romulan on the planet is very classic Romulan. Good job. Almost fun, almost Garrick-like, like you're not quite sure how far he's going to go. He's unknown. Oh, I don't know.
It's also in Future Imperfect as well.
But as we always have to remind ourselves, that's not really him.
That's true.
So that's also moot. Because I think he would have been a very effective frenemy in the Dominion War.
Oh, yes. 100%.
Where he would be actually on the station, like, chatting with them in the promenade, and you wouldn't think much of it. Even though, you know what I mean? Oh, God. I mean, I feel like at least a C, because he's still a Romulan captain who will do probably bad things to get where he wants. But you don't get that much of that. Wait, where's he got?
My gut was C.
Okay, good, yeah.
Yeah,
he just doesn't do enough evil stuff in it.
He's basically just a commander doing his job and
And sometimes enjoying it, sometimes not. Yeah. And if you disagree, move him. But yeah, I think that's a good strong argument. Yeah.
Yeah, I think yes, he's good.
All right, we've caught up. We want to get one more in. If anyone has one more suggestion, we'd love to do one more. So throw us a good one. I will end the poll at 38 votes. So you guys have been wonderfully interactive on the chatting, but not on the poll. Which era had the best Trek villains? I asked between TOS and TOS movies, DS9, TNG DS9, and the new Trek, Disco up until Prodigy, because that's new Trek, and Kelvin timeline. And one of our stronger victory numbers, I'll be honest, we haven't had these as much for a while, a rare 0%, the new Trek Discovery Picard. 0 is a hard to get. That's pretty rare. 5% Kelvin. 22% the original batch. And in fairness, TNG DS9 is a lot of media.
Yeah.
But they win by 73%. Oh, and Tab Extras is a great one to end on, at least I like.
All right, Tab Extras will be the last one then for today.
Mm-hmm.
Tab Extra, 50 krona. From Insurrection, F. Ru'afo, Marie Abram.
Ru'afo. Ru'afo.
Ru'afo.
Think awful, but
Epic character, actor, underused.
Now he also calls himself Ru'afo as well, so you can say Ru'afo if you really want to go really technical. Just finding him now.
Yeah.
And I love that I was able to write his ship into a Trek short. It's not really a spoiler because I'm sure I said it somewhere. Yeah, we see what happens to a ship from Insurrection in the Trek shorts.
Yeah.
That was really fun to do. To kind of extend on that canon.
All right. I know you have a lot to say about this guy because you really kind of studied this movie.
Yeah. Good way of saying that, yeah. Not I love it, but I've studied it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, getting revenge against his own people, essentially. Wanting to maintain his youthful appearance. Very willing to kill and make shady deals with the Federation, so I think I know where I want to put him, but I want to hear your arguments first.
Yeah, no, he is a person first. He was a guy in kind of a Carnian way who wanted to leave his planet and do more, or want to do more on the planet, want to take over. Ambition. Clearly intelligent because he managed to do all that stuff. Those couple of people who left their planet and made a small little empire for themselves. So clearly intelligent, clearly resourceful, clearly tactically very able. All to 100 years later came back to try and take his planet. Worked with Federation, very smart plan. Because he knew that violence wasn't the only option. Go subterfuge first. So clever guy. And then throughout the movie that becomes meaningless. And then happily will kill everyone on the planet to save his 7 or 8. And there's so few of them in the movie that it might be like 4 people, right? Kill them all, not a problem.
Yeah.
He does also try and shoot Picard in cold blood, so there's an easy murder factor. But the fact that he will do all the subterfuge, I think actually speaks more to his villainy, because he's capable of both sides. And also he wonderfully forces the hand of the Admiral to accept killing the flagship, or wording it in a way that lets him kill the flagship without morally problem. Hey, the Admiral said I could. No, he didn't. He did not. Like he manipulates an Admiral to do that bad job, and that's pretty evil to willingly kill. Yeah. So I want to give him a low A.
Yeah, I was thinking A.
For the range of villainy. Okay.
Yeah.
For the range of villainy, and a great performance, and I wouldn't even say underused. Just the movie could have been much better. But I think he's pretty actually darn villainous. Good shout. Good fun to end on.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm totally happy with the A for that. That's exactly what I was thinking. So
cool. Okay. Nice.
All right. Well, we'll call it there, guys. thank you so much for watching. We really
Yes.
appreciate you guys. Thank you for hitting like. Finally, we got up to 34, which is great. If you haven't hit like yet and you're hearing this now, hit like.
And
And
actually, brief question for everyone before we go. Put in the chat right now, what live would you like to see tomorrow? If we're doing a live show, would you tune in for an AI story, for the ranking, for a versus, for an episode review, for a discussion? What would you tune in tomorrow to watch? If you had to say, what would you say?
I'd say take a day off so we can do the review on Friday.
And all that.
Because we're going to have a lot to talk about on Friday. We're going to try to keep it 2 hours still, because they're half-hour episodes.
Well,
So-
24 even minutes. They're even short.
Yeah.
We can
Hopefully
burn through it if we need to.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue your spiel, Stuart.
I have no spiel except to say
Oh, right.
thank you for watching.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Yes, you guys are amazing. Thank you for joining in. At some point, we'll continue this for obviously part 2, because that.
Yeah, we'll keep this one up. This is a good one.
And also for the general characters, because that was really good as well. We filled up the ranking, but you guys have some amazing ideas for that. Yeah, a lot of fun. Hey, Terrence.
He says he can't believe that the Sisters of Doris are not on this list. I don't know who Doris is, but her sisters seem kind of awful by the sounds of it. So maybe it'll be on the next time we revisit this one. So
Yes, we are puppets to you all.
that's right.
And on that note,
See you guys later. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.
bye guys.
He's Commander Cock.
He's got a Foley. There you go.